I would share my trade from today. So after yesterday's trade, I decided that I was going to incorporate waiting for multiple tests or fake outs. So I got on the charts. My chart is marked up. I still have this 30-minute resistance. I've also decided that I'm going to try to trade from like zones, like not in the middle too much. This is my trend line. This blue line here is London's low. So these are just some things I want to mark up. So what I was seeing here was like there was a lot of rejections towards this trend line, right? It kept testing this trend line, this previous day low as well, right? She's not wanting to move on this previous day low. Then I come here and I see this strong rejection. And I was like, oh, she rejected here. So she came and she broke the trend line, came up, tested the EMA, stayed here, rejected off of this, came down, rejected again. So I was like, ooh, 2 rejections. If she gives me another entry, I'll look into taking that entry. So I don't like using dojis as one of my candles. So the entry was 1, 2, 3. This is a little big for an entry, or you could see it. I think I did this 1, 2, 3. So I went in and I'm in a place right now where MES is moving very strange this week as it is, but also it's just moving very different, or I see things very differently from before. And one of my emotional or behavioral challenges is around perfectionism and not allowing myself to be a learner. I am someone who, if I don't get it right the first time right away, I get a lot of frustration. So sitting with learns, I've relabeled losses as learns, is something that I need to sit with. So in the past, I would hesitate on taking a trade unless I thought it was going to be perfect. And then I saw myself just not taking any trades. That with MES, I've said for the month of February, I'm taking this as an opportunity to learn the asset. And one of the best ways for me is through trying and seeing what happens. So this was actually a great learn and something that I think I'm thinking about implementing next. So anyways, so I took this trade. She kind of hung out here, didn't do much. And I was like, oh Lord, what are we doing? Pushed up a little bit. You see she rejected, came down, but that EMA is still moving up. So I'm like, all right, so she's kind of like slowly making market structure to the top, came back up here. And then right around here, of course, that keeps hovering over there. I was like, oh, she's really not moving much higher. And one of my rules in the past has been to let my trades play out, and that was with gold. So I'm trying to decide now what my method is going to be for MES, and she's just moving strange. So I was actually thinking about closing out of this trade in profit, because what I was seeing here was that there was actually a liquidity point here, which she tapped. And then came down. And then MES just decided, she's like, don't worry, girl, I'm going to make the decision for you. And these 2 giant wicks, which I have no idea, someone at Apple farted or something, and took me right out anyways. So with her moving strange right now, instead of maybe targeting some larger zones, I might start setting my TPs at like liquidity levels. It wouldn't have been much, but 0.88 is better than taking, the $96 loss that I took today. I might start setting at liquidity levels, and then if I see she's going to push over that, then I'll increase. I think that's the change that I'm going to make after this learn today, and I'll incorporate tomorrow. Also, Asian session, so anyone that's trading Asian session or Sydney session, MES moves very, very differently for Asian session and Sydney session. I haven't done a lot of research into it yet, but just understanding that market is going to move very differently from some of the preliminary reading that I've done. It's almost like trading a completely different asset in those time frames because a lot of these businesses are US based, so there's a lot more infusion in London and for New York. So it'll be seen, to be continued what she does for Asian. Anyways, let me know your thoughts.